diniin mo na ata yung right there na I built it with my own hand. Did it start on a comment?
It started with you. People already were like, parang, oh, let's do this. And I was just like, what is this? What was your favorite one? Like, what was your favorite one? Ikaw, I'll share you my favorite. You share your favorite. I think to do how we did it, you have to have a healthy relationship with your wife. Good evening, bro. Good morning, Dito. We had a very spontaneous collab, so I thought like maybe we could just kind of chat about how that happened and you know what we've taken from it, the whole experience, because that was all surprise to lahat, diba? It was a surprise. You commented. You just commented.
Did it start on a comment?
It started with you.
Ako ba una nag-comment, di ba?
Yeah, sir, but sabi mo ano, and then people already were like, parang, oh, let's do this. And then you did your first review, and then ikaw talaga you roast them a little bit, no? You basically roast everyone's setups.
So yung time na yun, parang nag-gain ng momentum yung mga video ko na parang I make fun of people's setup eh.
Yeah,
diba?
I saw that.
So, parang bago ko ni-roast yung setup mo, ang pinaka-last na setup ko na ni-roast, yung setup ni Bianca Yao.
Si Bianca. You went to Bianca and you roasted her setup and then you roasted mine.
Slightly, yeah. Obviously, I didn't want to go all out.
No, it was good. I was just like, the EDSA was my favorite. Ano bang ano mo? EDSA? I was just like, okay tong magbigay tong creator na to. Now, when I responded, I think it's safe to say both of us didn't expect how it was gonna happen. Like,
yeah, for sure.
You thought it was just gonna be a one-off thing, right?
One-off. That's it. Yeah, kasi parang you know, nasa isip ko, it's just just gonna start roasting people's setup. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously I responded a certain way, and then I started like basically like flexing my house and flexing the and then just get back to you, and then I said, I built this PC with my own hands. Yeah, and because that was yun lang yung retort ko. I'm just like, ang ganda ng setup niya, pero hindi, pre-built naman eh. I built my shit. So I was just like, so when you got the response, what was going through your head in that sense?
Nung una ko nakita, I'm like, parang crap, napasubo ata ako. He has an entire community behind his back. I'm like, patay tayo dyan. Pero at the same time, I'm like, paano ko sasagutin? Nung pinapanood yung video mo, ang naiisip ko na, paano ko sasagutin yun? Hindi naman pwedeng, di ba? Yung character ni bro, yung nakalagay pa nga sa taas ng profile ko, Master One-Upper, di ba? Gets. So, paano natin i-one-up yung video? And then, sobrang nag-resonate kasi sa comment section pag nakita mo, di ba?
Yeah, super natuwa.
Yung engagement both from your sides, dun sa side mo ng community, tsaka dun sa sa side ko ng community, na natuwa ako kasi parang parang naging gateway siya, 'di ba? Na ma-open yung dalawang community. So I'm like, maybe there's something. Tapos
and medyo medyo same wavelength din yung pag-engage natin sa community natin, sa misis, may takot sa asawa, like all of those things. I was just like, medyo same wavelength yung execution natin and how we kind of go about engaging and entertaining our communities. So when you saw the na parang ko yung sa'yo, you replied with na parang, alam yung gustong-gusto yung setup, yung bumaba ka sa hagdanan mo. You're like, pasensya na bro, napagod ako kasi hindi ikaw, isang yapak lang na sa labas ka na. I was just like, okay, this guy's funny. Alright, this guy's funny. Okay yung bigay. And then, I was just like, okay, solid to ah. Sige. Tapos I replied to you in terms of making fun of your PC na. Like, I built it with my own hands. Like, yun ang naging angle ko.
Yung diniin mo na ata yung right there na I built it with my own hands.
Nang kita sa mata. And then?
I think after nun ata, doon na ako ang nirespond ko ata doon. Kasi sinabi mo yung Alienware, di ba? Mukhang blow dryer. Is it blow dryer ba yun?
Inano ko yun slowly. Nag-build with my own hands. You flexed a bunch of your Alienware stuff, and I said, it's a nice alien. Then I made it look like a blow dryer.
Blow dryer, yeah.
Kinuha ko yung sa Lazada, parang 3,000 pesos lang yun. Sinasabi mong $3,000 and all of those things.
Right. Yun.
Then that's what I responded. And then what was your what was going through your head?
Ano ba yung sinagot ko nun. Parang at that point ata, parang nauubusan na tayo ng i-flex eh, 'di ba? Kasi naikot ko na yung bahay. Parang kailan tayo nag-start mag-plan ng
That's it.
execution?
Now, this is what I want, like, kind of like people to know as well. Ako, for me, yung what I learned with the collab, minsan kasi sa collab, bigayan lang eh. Parang bigay. Hindi nag-uusap usually yung creators. Like, nagre-react lang mismo sa sa setup. But what I wanted to do first is I wanted to kind of talk to you first. Kasi at that time, hindi pa kita kilala. Like, hindi pa kita kilala. And your persona, I didn't know if the persona was close to who you actually are or you're just a totally different person. Like, ako kasi, like, for me, if I'm gonna collab with you and I'm gonna work with you, you kind of have to want to like the person, right?
For sure, yeah.
Kasi if you don't align values-wise or hindi mo ka-vibe, I was just like, I don't want to work with you. Like, I don't like you. Or
Yeah.
like, I don't align with principles or values with you. So you don't really know who the person is until you kind of talk to them a bit. So that's when I reached out to you and I spoke to you. And I was just like, oh, Dino, ganito. And how you responded and how you spoke to me. I'm like, oh, this is just like a chill, good dude. Ah, okay, I like this dude. All right.
Yeah.
And then that for me was my, I even was straightforward. Bro, I don't know you. This is the first time I met you. I just wanted to think, like, what do you want this to be about? Like, because what I didn't want, and I told you this, I said, Dino, what I don't want is I don't want this to be like a flex off of like stuff versus stuff versus stuff versus stuff. Because there's a fine line between entertainment and then it kind of leaning towards being materialistic already.
Agreed.
I think I said something like that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's entertainment. It's not about what you buy. It's like you're just using the stuff that you have to engage with entertainment, right?
Yep.
Number one is entertainment. So when you kind of nod at it, like, yeah, 100%. You say this, you're like, 100%, bro, 100%, 100%.
For sure. Yeah.
100 for sure, 100%. That's what they just, for sure, bro, 100%. For sure, 100%.
That's it.
I'll add in a one there, 101%. That's, I really like it. But
kasi very, very chill naman eh. Yung matagal ko nang napapanood yung I know about your work.
Yeah.
Since nung sa pa lang si Boy Pickup, sa Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Tapos may mga nakita. Yeah, marami na akong napanood na mga videos mo, like just the algorithm doing its work.
Yeah, algorithm.
Kasi nga 'di ba may mga similarities dun sa ginagawa nating content, meron siyang mga commonalities. So, just the algorithm was doing its work. So may mga napanood akong video mo, I'm like, oh, dude, he's pretty chill. So nung nag-reach out ka, I'm down.
It was automatic. Yeah, when I saw your stuff as well, I was just like, this guy's kind of, he's doing work. All right. And then I see how you do it and you're consistent. And I was just like, oh, he's consistent. All right. Oh, storytelling. Entertainment. Maskit siya. I'm like, okay. I when I saw your work, when you blew up within those past 3 to 6 months, I was just like, okay yung nito okay yung execution mo like paskit, entertainment. And the thing I think that also made our little collab more successful. So anyway, so we were talking and then nagbigayan tayo. When I reached out to you and then we aligned, I was just like, that was the first time for me where inalagaan ko talaga like a actual story yung collab. Was that the first time you've experienced something like that? For me, that was the first time I did that.
Yeah, first time. Kasi maski yung mga ginagawa kong Western TikTok, wala naman, never akong nag-collab kahit kanino, never ako naggawa nung something na nagpo-progress, di ba? Yung parang,
nag-collab ako once. Tapos, syempre, nag-uusap, and then that's it. Pero, yung nag-progress, yung parang ginawa nating series, parang, hindi masyado. Hindi ganun. Like, ginawa natin parang episodic. In that sense.
Episodic, di ba? Parang, kumbaga, parang telenovela, di ba? Yung aantayin mo siya prime time, ano yung next na, what's next, di ba? Tsaka parang, ang hirap i-distinguish yung parang nagbe-break siya ng fourth wall na, is it true na hindi? Di ba? Parang,
and that's when you know it's good eh. Yung hindi mo alam na parang, totoo ba to? Hindi ko alam eh. Hindi ko alam. Pero that's what you want. Like you get them engaged and you get them in it. Like you get your communities in it. And you know what? For me, I learned a lot from that execution. Like creatively. Like yung
Same.
Like that for me, like my biggest things is, ay, pwede mo palang alagaan na to. And I don't know if other creators have done it, pero we did like an episodic thing where the community is part of it. So what you say about breaking the fourth wall and making your community in between, parang ang ganda naging ecosystem ng buong series na yun.
Yeah.
I
Agree,
was
100%.
really, super ako na, ay, pwede pala natin alagaan. Okay, then, so for those who don't know, what we would do, me and Dino, we would sit down and I'd call him and like, ay, talaga, let's do this. We would discuss in terms of where we can take the story and how far we're gonna take it. And if does this make sense? Is this ganito? Dun talaga namin inlagaan. And I think at a certain point, that's kind of what you need to do to kind of do how we did it. If that makes sense.
Agree. Especially kasi yung parang it's all brand new eh. Kasi yung sa today's digital age, 'di ba? Ang consumption natin very short form tayo masyado, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Sobrang short form. So nasanay tayo na trained tayo na yung attention span natin is 30 seconds, 60 seconds, you know.
Yes.
A minute and a half at most, 'di ba?
Yes.
So ang challenge is, 'di ba? How do you tell a story in 30 seconds, 'di ba? Paano ka magpe-present ng one episode when we're used to yung mga telenovela na they last for 2 years.
Yes.
You know, every night napanood mo 1 hour per episode, 'di ba? How do you
Exactly.
translate that into short form? Diba?
Exactly.
So I think that's kind of what happened, 'di ba?
We made like a short form, and I'm not sure if this has been done. Like for me, ako lang, I'm not to pat ourselves in the back. I was just like, I don't know if that's been done, yung bigayan back and forth in a form of having 2 separate channels, create one story. And then minsan yung isa sa isang channel nangyari, isa. So minsan nagko-collab link tayo where both comes out. Because there are some episodes kasi na parang, ay, dapat pareho nating ipagsabay natin to. And we were learning as we went, diba? We were learning as we went. And I think we were also we were lucky enough na timing yung natin. Because we were talking about this, diba, leading up to it. Ang dami kasi mga toxic na bigayan. Yung parang the collabs were like, sagutan. This was when Rendon was at his height. This is when the whole Vice Ganda versus, Eat Bulaga, and the network wars where people are pulling each other down. So everything was a little bit heavy, if that makes sense. And then I think we were we were lucky because it's not something you plan. Look, timing natin ng perfecto. We didn't plan that. No, we didn't plan any of that shit. So it came at a time then you can see it in the comments as well. Medyo parang yung tao yung community sa Facebook or sa social media just like, man, everything's so toxic. So I think everyone wanted something light and something different, right? And super obvious
it
naman.
was a breath of fresh air para din sa mga
hindi
community,
tama. Sure. And I think we were lucky enough to hit that timing because timing is huge, right? What have you learned biggest takeaway mo with how we did that series? What are the key lessons that you learned?
Ang unang-una sa lahat kasi yung I didn't realize na you can actually plan short form content.
Diba? That's what you said. Plan short form content. Okay, go on.
I think that's the biggest takeaway kasi again, at this point walang blueprint how to do it.
Wala.
Diba? wala kang gagayahin, you can't take advice from anyone. So I think the biggest takeaway is, pwede mo palang i-plan siya. And at the same time, parang yung pagpa-plan mo parang as you go hindi siya
organic.
Yung pwedeng you write something in paper na we have to go by the book.
No.
Diba? Parang you plan half of it and then you get
see
the feedback,
where it goes.
reception, and then you go from there.
And so much of our came from comments sometimes. Like so much of our best stuff. What was your favorite one? Like what was your favorite one? I'll share you my favorite. You share your favorite first.
Out of all
of the shit we did, all of the shit what was your favorite video that we did together?
I think it wasn't one specific video, but I think dun sa arc na parang nagkaka-revealan na yung nagdadamayanan ng asawa. Parang nung ginawa ko yung video in a dark room, na sabi ko, Monica, this is for you.
Diba? Yun yung build up sa huli, build up sa finale.
Yung mga prize, yung build up bago tayo lumabas sa garage. Dude, I think that was the peak, man. At I
Yeah.
think doon siya nag-peak na everyone yung parang pati yung entire community, dude, what's gonna happen, man? Everyone's
Like
on the
they're like,
edge of their
what's going on? Nasa labas na kayo? Anong damayan na ng asawa to? For me, that was my very specific favorite one is nung pinalabas na tayo sa bahay and nag-reveal tayo on Discord for the first time na nag-uusap tayo sa labas.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That was my favorite.
Nag-load pa, di ba?
That's when we kind of hit a different, I think, ano na, in terms of storytelling, parang, oy, we're actually doing this. Like, parang, oy, it's going, because sometimes the story takes a life of its own and you're just there for the ride, diba?
Yeah.
It's just paying attention and just seeing na parang, oh, where can we take this to make this the most entertaining and engaging story possible. Nung nag-usap tayo and said, bro, gawin natin to sa labas. Labas natin gawin to. Yung pag-reveal natin na nasa labas tayo, that for me was like, I love the dynamic of where we took that and how we did it. Because if you look at it, you're in the US, I'm in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And yet we're creating something, di ba, across, parang, ginagawa natin to. We're making this work. You're from the US, I'm here. And then like, we're making this work and we're hitting something so uniquely. Like, parang, it was so nice when it kind of involved all of those things. And yun ang favorite ko. Nung nasa labas na tayo, I think that's what kind of took on a different gear na in terms of our collab.
Agree. Pero, would you agree na it got harder after that point?
Did it get harder after that point? For me?
Just in general. Kasi did you ever feel at some point na parang the next video needs to be better than the last? Nagkaroon ba ng any pressure at all?
No.
Sa'yo?
Not for me, no. I was more very excited to progress the story.
To just make content.
To progress the story. Yeah. I think that's kind of like the storyteller and the writer in me. Because I've been doing writing for a while, right? I've been done skates, I do ano. So I was just like, when you have something like that, if you just pay attention enough, it just really takes a life of its own. You're just kind of staying true to the characters. Like, where are these characters going? And what would be a lovely progression of these characters? So for me, it wasn't more of, do we have to top it? It was more of like, what is the natural progression of the story?
What's the next? Yeah.
That's me.
Tama.
Like, it was, because if you think about it, kasi Dino, in a way na parang, how do we top it? How do we top it? You're not paying attention to the right things. Mm-hmm. You're paying attention to views. You're paying attention to making sure that you're viral pa rin. And for me, those are the things that kind of stop you creatively. Like, if I'm just like, and I've known that because I've chased virality, I've chased numbers, and it's so exhausting. It's so burnout, and you're not happy. So, coming from learning that lesson, I think, and understanding like what it does to you na, parang alam ko na yan eh, kung nag-isip ko ng ganyan.
Agree.
We wouldn't be able to progress the story properly if we were in that sort of mindset. We have to top it. We have to do better. I just called you every time like, okay, ito na yung gagawin natin. Oh, dito na tayo. Oh, dito na tayo. And what my favorite one as well, my one favorite one is when I saw a comment, I think one of our videos na parang, oy, Key and Peele to, Key and Peele. Oh, I said, bitch. Did you see that? Do you know that sketch before? Did you know that sketch, yung bitch sketch?
No, actually, nung nakita ko lang yung
nung
sketch
pinakita
na yun,
sa'yo.
Pinakita mo siya sa akin, I've seen a lot of Key and Peele na episodes, not that episode.
And the thing there is, sometimes, if you're just paying attention, you have the opportunity to do something. Like, it aligns organically. Parang the meme gods have given you some. I've done this in Dota shows. I've done this in thing. If you're just paying attention and you just understand history and what people are kind of caring about and those are your kind of little guides to being able to do something. So when I saw that comment and I saw the dynamic of how we are, I was just like, oh, we have an opportunity to recreate a local version of a Key and Peele sketch. An iconic Key and Peele sketch. And it wasn't in any way trying to know. It was a nod. It was because that was such a and to get to do it and honor that sketch. I said, tapos nagtitingin tayo, ano. Dude, like, it's the same cadence of that Key and Peele sketch. Pero Tagalog, bro. Nagawa natin yun. Through Discord?
Hindi siya
Through Discord,
hindi siya pilit, di ba? Hindi siya yung parang yung we have to make this work, di ba? Parang nag-align lang siya on its own, di ba?
From that, did you know how we were gonna end it? Did you have an idea of how we can end it, or what was your idea in terms of ending?
Wala, hindi ko pinaplan yung ending. Parang I always look at the reaction ng comments.
Ng tao, yeah, in that sense. But
it has to go. Parang hindi ko inisip na we have to end it kasi parang you're jumping ahead kasi pagka inisip mo kagad yung
how to end
we just did this and then we need to figure out how to end.
Gets. I understand.
So
pero
parang nagbibigay ka ng parang ayoko maglagay ng ultimatum sa sarili ko.
Yeah.
'Di ba?
Gets.
More on riding the wave.
So your favorite ones was when we involved our wives, yung parang bigayan na and everything. Were there particular comments that you loved or particular things that you kind of remember, or what about the reactions of the community did you really enjoy?
Not one in particular, no. Hindi ko matandaan kung merong particular comment na nag-stand out pero it's getting good pagka sobrang invested na kasi yung comment section
Yeah. Do you get it in the States? Like, sorry like, ako kasi bro, whenever I walk around here, like, oy, si bro, kumusta si bro? But you're in the US so you don't really get to feel it when you're walking around. Pero ako, I'll tell you I'm so surprised how big our collab kinda did. Because, bro, sinasabi ko sa'yo, kung nandito ka sa Maynila, kung nandito ka sa Pilipinas, oy bro, oy, kumusta si bro? Kumusta si Dino? Pare, sinasabi ko sa'yo, naglalakad ako, like nag-host ako ng wedding or nandyan ako, oy, kumusta si bro? Sinasabi ko sa'yo, ganun. Ganun talaga siya. I'm so surprised how big it was.
Oh, dude, that's great. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear na yung nare-reach niya yung intended audience natin.
Dude, I'm everywhere where I go. Even now, like my colleagues are like, oh, kumusta si bro? Oh, si Dino. Minsan sa'yo tawag sa'yo Dino Si Dino. I'm like, si Dino. Si Dino. Kumusta si bro? Yun na yung sagot ko pinagmumura ko parati. Tinawagan ko nga siya. Sabi ko, oy, Dino, fuck you. That's what I say. That's what I say to kind of get them.
Lalo na kasi dyan sa atin kasi, di ba, yung very parang nasa lahat 'di ba? Nasa Manila lahat, medyo sobrang yung smaller country tapos 'di ba yung population very dense.
Yes. Yeah.
Sa lugar dito kasi dito sobrang spread out. Merong mga nakakakilala sa akin both from like my western channels and then both from the Bro series. Pero bihira naman akong lumabas. Lagi lang akong nasa bahay. I work from home. Yeah, so yung time lang na nasa labas ako, like when I travel for work. Pagka sa Europe, may mga nakakilala sa akin sa Europe ng mga bro actually.
Nakakaano ko sa
Filipinos. So nakakatawa. Nakakatawa sa airport Kadalasan sa airport palaging may nakakakilala sa akin either from Facebook or from yung other gaming contents ko from other channels. Usually parang sa airport talaga, every time na nasa airport ako, it never misses. Merong makakakilala.
Lalo kung nasa Dubai airport, like, daming Pilipino doon, bro. Like,
talaga.
Bro, parang nasa Pilipinas ka. Pag nasa Dubai ka, I'm just like, I'm in the Philippines. So when we ended it, the ending with our wives, I think, was like, that was it, diba? Like, that was like the best way to end it.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing that we definitely did right was ending it properly at the right time.
Yeah. Yep.
I think kasi one thing that sometimes creators can fall into, medyo na in love sa numbers at sa views at sa pagka-viral na hindi na naalagaan yung storya. One thing as well that I want to highlight, the Takusa Wars. For me, that arc was, I love Takusa Wars. Because we involved our wives na
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Bro versus Kalbrow was good. Takusa Wars was the next. And then we did Browdagulan now, diba?
Browdagulan, Browdagulan.
But I still think Takusa Wars was our like strongest. Like Browdagulan is great. I think it's fun. But Takusa Wars, I think, was the really. It just became so much more personal, and it just became so much more relatable on a deeper. Hindi na lang flex wars. It's just like we were flexing. What I loved about the progression of our story is we were flexing first yung mga ano natin, yung mga setup natin. And then we were flexing kung gaano tayo katibay sa mga asawa natin. Parang who's the braver husband? Natakot sa asawa. It was such a good dynamic. I was just like, shit, ganda talaga ng progression na yon that revealed itself for us. We were flexing of who's, yung gusto ko yung nag-flex tayo, ano yung muna, Delimundo yung sa akin, ano yung sa'yo? Ito, pansit yung sa akin. For me, that was just like, we were flexing about our situation with our wives na pinalabas tayong dalawa. Hindi, mas magaling pa rin ako sa'yo. Dahil,
nagpapataasan ka ng ihe in the worst scenario, di ba?
Pataasan ng hiye na nakayuko sa asawa. Parang teka lang, mas matibay yung sa'yo. Talagang, I love that. And one thing I wanted to also do here was when I spoke to you and I kind of got to know you, and this is what I also want to highlight to our communities, our respective. Yes, it's Takusa wars. Yes, takot sa asawa. But I also wanted to make sure if you had a healthy relationship with your wife as much as I did. Kasi if you at any point were the type of person that really believed na medyo parang misogynistic na parang I'm the man of the house, dapat sundan mo ko, dapat sundan mo yung mga ano ko. If you're actually all like that, I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah. Agree.
Because I think what people need to know, it's like the reason we can do this is we have healthy, loving relationships with our wives. Yeah. Like the reason we can make fun of it, I think, I'm speak for myself. How long have you been with your wife? How long have you been with Christine?
Dude, long time. So naging girlfriend ko sa 2004.
So it's magti 20 years.
Yeah, 2004.
Magti 20 years na kayo. Kami magfi 15.
Third year high school.
Nga kasi high school pa kayo eh. So lahat na. Yeah. So ang dami nyo ng pinagdaanan.
Yeah. Paano ko ba ipe-preface to? We've lived longer na magkakilala versus nang hindi kami magkakilala. Does that make sense?
Cute! How old were you guys when you guys met?
Parang, ilang taon ka ba pag third year high school? Like 14, 15?
Oh, so you guys were together, high school sweethearts talaga kayo.
Oh yeah, oo. So we're together longer. Talagang mas...
You were together. I love that you were together longer than you were not. Ang galing, ang cute nyo. Oh, really, guys? I love how you said that. We were together longer. 14, 15 years old and we're 35 now. So, yeah, 20 years. So, you've been together longer than you haven't.
With Christine. We know where we stand sa relationship namin.
Yeah, and that took work, right? That took years and years of trials and tribulations.
Oh, syempre naman. it takes a lot of work.
Lot of work.
At some point, nag-LDR pa kami. Syempre, nung nag-move yung family ko sa Amerika, hindi naman kagad siya kasama, di ba?
Oh, how long kayo LDR?
3 years.
Wow, ang hirap nun.
3 years, yeah. Kasi, pag move namin dito, nagpakasal kami sa what do you call this? Sa City Hall, sa judge, para we can process her immigration.
Her immigration, so makasunod siya sa'yo.
Kasi immigrant lang yung status ko, green card. Hindi ko naman siya pwedeng i-petition as fiancé or girlfriend.
Yeah.
So yun. That took a while. So dun sa 3 years na pinaprocess yung paperworks, na we see each other naman. Nagta-travel ako sa Philippines. Yeah. So we find that time. Pero but still, dude, it's hard, 'di ba? Especially nagpakasal kayo and then you don't see each other for months.
Yeah. Oh my God, I totally understand. Pero and again, the reason I'm saying this is to do how we did it. You have to have a healthy relationship with your wives. It's actually kind of like it's like a way of also, I wouldn't want to say honoring the relationship. You can do it. It's done with adoration for our wives. Like it's but if any of us felt na hindi, ako talaga dapat masundan. Ako ang boses sa bahay na to. Yung parang the usual old school, 'di ba? Like past generation ways of like ako ang lalaki sa bahay na to, ako mo susundan. Pag lahat ng sasabihin ko, sundan mo, mga ganon. If we really believe that and if we really like that with our wives, I don't think it would come out the way. Or if you were like that, let's say, I don't think we would continue. Or if I was like that, you'd probably be like, Ari, I kind of don't agree with. Like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If you saw that I was actually somewhat like that, na parang, bro, we should tell, because that's how it is, bro. We should really say, like, I was serious with you.
I probably would have like distanced myself.
You would have backed off, right? I'm like, exactly.
For sure.
So like for those who are watching and saying, the way we did this, we adore our wives. We have a healthy relationship with our wives. That's why we can do this and do this. We do it lovingly. Like, under ka sa asawa ko, I say, fuck yeah, dude, I honor my wife. I'm not under, but I uplift my wife. I love my wife. I respect and honor my wife.
Parang the way I see it kasi parang 'di ba bakit nagkakaroon ng negative stigma yung pagiging takusa? Kasi the way I see it, it's the highest form of respect.
Absolutely.
'Di ba?
I love that you said that. Like it's
sa wives
asawa mo.
natin.
Yeah. Because who would we be? Who would we be without our wives? Like,
dude,
I'd be I'd be gone. I'd be freaking lost. I'd be so not this person.
Yeah. So I think yung mindset na tayo yung masusunod, I think it worked now. We made fun of it kasi the reality is parang medyo outdated na talaga yung mindset na ganun.
Absolutely.
Sa totoo lang eh.
And it's not fair. It's not a healthy equal relationship. And when I say the word equal, I'm not saying in terms of like I'm followed as much as you are followed, or you're followed as much as I'm followed. It's more of just respect. It's this respect of who they are as a person and as a human being. Like it's a mutual thing, and you honor them. And like when they say Andres Desai, Andre ka sa asawa, like yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I would
100%. Yeah, plus knowing my wife for that long, facts naman talaga na. In hindsight, lahat ng mga advice niya na sinuway ko, she ended up being right.
Yeah.
In hindsight. So, dude, history is just telling you na just you need to respect their decision kasi they wouldn't want anything less. Diba?
Yeah, they wouldn't want you to, because if a true partner would truly want the best for you. And sometimes like we are our own worst enemies. Like sometimes for me, like I think it's the good thing, but I'm doing it out of ego or out of something that's not healthy. Who's gonna tell me? Who's gonna self-check myself? It's the person who cares the most about you. Kung sinuway ko yung asawa ko sa mga sinasabi niya sa akin through the years, I would be in a very different place.
Yeah. They know better. They know better.
Yeah, like I wouldn't say.
Alam mo, naalala ko nung high school, nung mga high school tayo, 'di ba? Like halimbawa ako, matagal ko ng girlfriend si Christine, 'di ba? Yung makakantsawan ka nung pag high school ka, 'di ba? Kasama mo yung barkada mo, magte-text yung girlfriend mo, papauwiin ka, makakantsawan ka ng mga barkada mo. Ay, under ka pala, 'di ba? At that time, defense mode tayo. Hindi, susunod diyan, hindi ako uuwi, 'di ba? Kasi yung mindset natin, parang na mindset tayo na kailangan ikaw yung masusunod. Pero again, in hindsight, parang I should have just said, you know what? Yeah, under ako. What are you guys gonna do? Hindi naman kayo yung girlfriend ko, di ba?
Gets. But I think that whole under and thing, they know better sort of things, it's not that they know better or under ka or all of those things. I would say you just simply want to do it because you love them, one. And two, it's not that they know better. It's just that you have someone who absolutely 100% selflessly cares about you. So the advice they will give you, they care about your well-being. Like whatever they're telling you is because they selflessly care about you and want you to be okay. And if you look at that in terms of objectivity, and sometimes the traps we set for ourselves, diba, as men or just as people, minsan you just think that you're doing the right thing pero yung mga issues mo hindi po mula nakita na maayos, yung asawa mo nakikita nila, yung partner mo nakikita nila. And vice versa, sometimes you see something that they don't know that they're battling with. It's your demons pala, it's your darkness pala taking over. And you're making decisions based on that. Hindi nila makita kasi syempre, ang hirap mag-introspect, demons ko to, that takes time eh. Like, darkness ko to, insecurities ko to. So if you have someone outside, I wouldn't say like them knowing better is really the way to frame it. It's more like this is a person who's coming from a place where they just 100% care about you. And if you have someone like that, if you're lucky enough to have someone like that, where they're really just thinking of your well-being and not being right or just being better or knowing what's right or wrong, they're just like, I'm really just thinking about you. Like, when you have a wonderful wife, partner like that, or husband like that, like, that's usually coming from the best intentions.
Yeah.
And that's usually like a wonderful thing. Like, why would that not be good advice kung dun yung pinanggagalingan nila? But anyway, man, like, coming from all of this, I think Browdagulan was good. Ending with Alodia was a fun thing. How that happened was like super, super solid. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I think it was nice to get to chat about our process and all of these things that kind of we did like throughout. It was fun, man. It was fun. I personally learned a lot doing this, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Hindi lang, especially yung process, yung execution, the way we talked about things. Dude, there was so many takeaways, man.
Did you apply those things with your own content creation journey? Or like when the things you've learned from our collaboration?
Oo. Yung doon ko na actually dito sa experience na to natutunan ko yung like you can tell a story. Like that doesn't, like, every video doesn't need to be its own.
Yeah, you can connect. You can connect.
Pwede
You can have a series.
Yeah. Na-apply ko siya slowly sa ibang channels ko. And as I get to know my community better dun sa ibang socials, na-apply mo siya. Kasi kung hindi ka engaged sa community mo, it doesn't work eh.
Mahirap.
Diba? Kung hindi sila nag-engage sa'yo eh. So, as nabibuild ko yung relationship ko dun sa community ko dun sa ibang platform, mas na-apply mo siya. Which actually, you know, once you get to a point na engaged ka, connected ka sa community mo, na amplified yung growth eh.
It just happens, yeah. It just happens naturally when you're just really talk to them and tama ka. Like, it just, really, it's like this, it's a relationship basically.
Yeah, agree. Like some days magkakaroon lang ako ng random thought and then, I'll just, dude, I need to talk about this. I'll grab my camera, I'll grab my mic and then I'll talk to the camera. Like, it's like the easiest thing to do. It takes like less than a minute, diba?
Yeah.
Edit, post, and then yun yung videos that does really well
that day. Yeah.
Kasi people are engaging, nakaka-relate sila, or they're answering questions, they're putting in their opinions. Those are like the best videos when you're engaging. So I've learned na, dude, not every video needs to have this like, quality production. Sometimes you just need to talk to your community.
Yeah. And you understand storytelling. You just tell the story that's in front of you. Sometimes, like, you're being given a gift of story. Like, oh, there's a story to tell here. Oh, where can I take it? What's the natural progression? Anyway, speaking of natural progression, I don't know where the progression is gonna take. Kung saan mapupunta to, Dino, but it's been super, super solid working with you like this year. That was one of the big surprises of this year. I didn't expect it to do the way it did, bro. I really didn't.
Yeah. No, same. Bro, parang ano lang talaga siya. I didn't really think anything of it. I'm like, we'll do it, and then that's it, right? And it worked so well, man. It resonated. Yeah,
it was so much fun.
So lang, the stars aligned, bro.
Gusto ko yung pumasok ka tapos naka-samurai yung si Christine. That was super good. That was super, super, so good. You know what I wish we did? I wish we saved all our outtakes. I really wish. Hindi ko nahanap eh. Like, saan yung outtakes natin?
Alam mo, na ayan yung isa sa mga regret ko eh, na yung ang bilis ko magbura ng mga videos kasi you can only save so much sa 1 terabyte phone.
And tapos na eh. Pag na-shoot mo na, tapos na eh.
Pag na-post mo na, you're done, di ba? Didelete mo na yung mga outtakes. Pero I realized na yung ang dami sanang maganda. But anyhow, let's learn.
Gustong-gusto ko din yung ginawa ko. Yung parang tinawaran kita tapos in-involve po lahat ng mga guests sa wedding. Tapos,
dude,
I love that.
I'm glad you brought it up. Dude, that was so good, man.
I love that one.
That was so good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, man, paano ko itatap yun? Wala akong kaibigan dito.
I just called it, and I was just like, I know what to do. I'm gonna laugh about him with Mayo on my driver. I was like, nasabi niyo ganun. And then I gathered these people. Sabi ko siya, and then the whole table, guys, ito yung gawin natin. Oh, dude, I love doing that. That was such a
Pati
fun.
yung cut, yung timing, it was so good. I get a question area. How do you present something like that sa mga colleagues mo? Like that video in general. Walk me through paano nangyari yun.
Oh, like how I did it, guys, because they go up to me na, and they already know like they watch, they engage, or they're a part of, or they at least follow, or they have an idea of what I do. So what I'll just do, I was like, guys, itong gagawin natin, shoot tayong video. Lagay ko lang yung camera doon. Okay? Tapos, ito yung gawin nyo. Sasabihin kong ganito. Tapos, ito yung sagot kay Dino, tatawanan natin siya. Parang ganun lang. And they're like, okay. That's it. You just do it. You don't have to do it. Guys, ito yung gagawin. I said, guys. I just called them. Guys. Ano. Okay, so ito yung gagawin natin. Para magkikwento ako, sagot to kay Dino, kay bro. Yung parang tatawanan natin siya. Parang tanga siya. Parang ganun. And I'm selling the idea. And naturally, syempre, if you engage and you're part of the community or you understand what we're doing, I can see it in their faces that they're fun. They wanna and alam ko na yung profile nila eh. Alam mo like, may side mga to. Nakatawa mga tao. You know when you,
di ba, ang hirap kasing tansyahin minsan di ba sa isang group, pero yung di ba minsan
alam ko
kaya tong group na to, or
but for me, I have that kasi I'm always in front of people.
Yeah.
Like I always work with people. I always do back and forth. I've done that for years, bro. Like I've always go back and forth with people.
Ilang years ka na nag-host, Eri, if you don't mind?
More than 15 years. Yeah, more than 15 years. Just in front of people, like honing that instinct, understanding the vibes of people, getting to read the crowd. So when I see these people, I'm just like, okay. Alam ko na, I'm like, may side mo to. I'm makukulit. This my people. I'm like,
alam mo agad, no, sa dami ng events that you've worked, very easy to identify yung group na, this group's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go up to a bunch of, let's say, ninongs and ninangs and say, guys, let's do this, tawanan natin si Dino. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna go with that crowd because they'll be like, huh? But I already know the crowd or the tribe that kind of falls into that wavelength. So when I saw those guys, I'm like, these are the perfect guys for it. And that table, those are the tables of those people na lahat guys. I was just like, they're all the dudes. Okay. This is like the groom squad. Okay, they have an idea of what I'm doing. So easy. And I knew that they were gonna do a laugh. That's gonna be really funny. Because when I talked to them pala, medyo parang may ganun eh. Parang makukulit. Alam mo yung makukulit na tao? Yung parang alam mong pwede mong batuhan. I already knew that they were those kind of people. So I was just like, But again, you hone those types of instincts by hosting for crowds over and over again, or you just kind of pay attention. If you just pay attention to people, you kind of understand. So that's how that one happened. Like, ano pa yung nakakatawang gustong-gusto ko.
That was so good, man. That was so good. I think that was the best one. If I were to vote ng the best na
you enjoyed that?
Na clap back mo. Yeah, I think that was the best clap back.
You enjoyed that. You're just like,
dude.
Anong reaction? You're just like,
No, dude, nung pinapanood ko siya, I'm like, fuck, he got me. Wala akong balik. Yun lang talaga kasi yung mga ibang videos, parang there's always a way para maka-respond ako dun sa mga or any videos you've done to that point up to that point.
Pwede pa.
Parang I can respond in some way, pero nang ginawa mo yun,
so I won up the one-upper on that one.
Yeah. Oh, dude. 100%. Walang balik. Hindi, I don't even know paano ako how I got back from that. Kasi
no, we just kept going.
Balik.
No, we just kept going.
Pero, iniisip ko nga, damn, if only I was in the Philippines. Pero,
you would know how to do it. Yeah, you would know how to do it. I got it.
Pero, I'm like, God, wala akong balik dito.
I enjoyed that one.
I'll give you that. That was the best one.
No, I love doing that. I enjoyed, and I think that's what you're talking about. Na parang super na-enjoy mo lang yung ginagawa mo. And then pag pinood mo, like right now, if I watch that again, I'll be like, that was such a good upload. Yeah, ang saya. Ang saya nun.
That was good.
Ang dami pa eh. There's a lot of really good ones I think that we did. There were some that you did that I was just like, fucha, let's laugh trip din yan. Ang lakas ng bigay ni Dino dun eh. Gusto ko yan. Like,
Tsaka, ito, so surprisingly, merong mga video na, it's weird para dun sa mga naririnig. Merong mga video akong ginagawa na when you're doing it, it's not funny.
yeah.
Pero pagka inedit mo na, wait, parang biglang, uy, nakakatawa pala yun. Kasi meron akong
May
meron
ganun
akong
ka?
mga ginawang video na parang, that's so lame. Pero pag, after you do the edits, parang lalagyan mo ng sounds, lalagyan mo ng jump cut. Wait, it gets better. Parang, I don't know, man. It's weird.
Magaling ka dun. Sa edit mo. Like you do that. Like, do you have an example of one that you did that was like, oh, this is not good. And then you edited it like, uy, ang ganda pala.
Yung isa dun sa mga conversations natin sa garage. I can't remember which one specifically. Pero meron akong part dun na parang I was watching it for the first time. I'm like, parang this is not gonna hit. And then habang ini-edit ko siya, habang nilalagyan ko ng mga jump cut, it gets better. Parang, wait, parang...
Really? Yung nasa garage siya nag-uusap, you didn't think that it was gonna...
May isa doon. May isang part. I forgot which if it was the first or the second one, pero at some point na-realize ko nung pinad ko, parang wala akong maganda dito. Pero maybe parang pinapanood ko siya as a parang flat, very flat, 'di ba?
Yeah. Oh.
So nung nilagyan mo na siya ng jump cut, lumilipat na sa'yo, lumilipat sa akin, nagkakaroon ng sound, it got a lot better. Then yun na, dun nag-start na nag-turn yung gears. Pero I don't know, nangyayari sa akin yun a lot.
Really, when you edit it and you put it together, yun ang ko eh. Maano ako, it's just matrabaho yung edit. Like for me, like ang trabaho ng edit, yung hanapan mo yung tamang timing. Minsan wala dyan sa harap mo, you're just like, wala sa timing to. Hindi ko mahanap yung tamang footage para makuha yung tamang bagsak. Yung alam mo na yung bagsak na nakukuha mo. That's what with some of your setups, I've also learned that. I'm like, ang ganda ng song choice niya dung yung finale natin, when you did the finale, yung parang reveal finale, how you set up kasi hindi pa tayo nagko-collab upload nun, how you set up your first 15 seconds with how you did like the ju. Ano man ganun. I'm like, ginawa niyang throwback na parang teleserye, yung parang, 'di ba, previously, yung mga ganun, yung parang ganun vibe. Ginawa mong ganon. Tapos I noticed how song choice is so important. If the song choice doesn't upload, if the song doesn't reflect the feeling of what you want for that video, or parang conflicting yung feeling ng song at saka yung feeling ng skit or whatever you're uploading, hindi mararamdaman ng tao.
Tama. It's such a small detail na you don't even pay attention to when you're watching a content. Pero it drives the emotion, parang ina-amplify niya yung emotion. That's something I learned from TikTok. Kasi TikTok is talagang you put out your best 15 seconds, especially in the early days. No, if you're making a 15-second video, it needs to have like the best 6 seconds in the beginning. If you're making a 30-second video, it needs to have the best 15 seconds. Parang that's something you learn from TikTok.
It was solid working with you, bro, this year. That was such a 2023 surprise and a lovely highlight that was very, very unexpected. Tignan natin kung saan mapupunta yung Browdagulan natin or Takusa Wars or all of those things.
Let's go. We'll see, man. But it's been fun, bro. Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate the time, man. Thank you so much.
No worries, man.
You've been great.
Thank you, man. It was a great way to kind of end like what's been, this year for us, and let's see where next year takes us. But in the meantime, dude, thanks for chatting. I appreciate it.
Sounds good, brother. Have a great day. Great day, Jan.
Happy New Year, bro.
All right, man. You too.